Have you always wanted to make an insane amount of currency in Path of Exile, but your build just can't handle those insanely tough strongbox strats or tier 17 juice scarab maps? Well, guess what? I have the strategy for you. This strategy is actually so good, I'm only sharing it because I'm probably not going to play it anymore. This might have just sent us into the 20 different hour range. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to share this strat anymore. I don't know if I want to share this strat. So why is this strategy in particular, I think, the most broken thing in Path of Exile right now? It's because you can make 15 to 20 divines an hour, which is up there with almost any strat in the game, with a build that could barely beat tier 16 maps. With the new trading system, you could trade for maps, spend an extra 1 or 2C, and get maps that you can actually do that are 8 modded. I'm talking about I have to remove like almost half the mods, and then not even that, I have to make sure that there's not more than 2 damage mods, because if there's more than 2 damage mods, my build sucks and dies, and I have no AoE, I have no clear speed. It's just, my build is so bad, dude. Being restrained to the worst build ever, I knew I had to come up with something clever. So what I did was I took all of these good strats I've seen on YouTube. I've seen Empyrean talk about some stuff. I've seen Cute Dog stream some stuff. I saw Fubgun show some stuff. And I took all of these broken things, including some map farming tech that I found, and I just put them all together. Separately, they are strong, but together, they make an Exodia farming build that adds no time to the map, adds no difficulty to the map, and purely adds more currency. I've convinced you. We all know this is now the greatest strat of all time, and we're all coming in our pants about how OP it is, yada yada. But what actually is it? Well, I'm going to go over very briefly what the strat is at a base level. Then I'm going to run a map and show you the mechanics, how they work, how juicy they are, and all this stuff. And at the end, of course, we're going to go over the loot, the juicy loot, how much we actually made running 20 maps with this strategy. Okay, so what is the very base idea of the strategy before I get into the map and I explain it more? Okay, so the very base is that we're going to be running 5 scarabs. 2 of them are the Calgarian scarabs, which give you extra ore on your maps. One of them is the Calgarian scarab that turns all of those mobs into magic mobs. Then we're also going to be running the cartography scarab, which gives us more map chance. Since we're going to be running 8 mod maps, this is just, again, free currency, no added difficulty, no added time. And another thing that goes with that is corrupting them using the cartography scarab of corruption, which again, no difficulty, no added time, just more currency. We're going to take our originators from being 5 to 10C to be worth 15 to 100C, okay? And now I'm going to get into the map and I'm going to explain just how insane this is. And the second we get to the map, we already get everything we already dreamed of. We get the maps, we get the blueprints, we get the contracts, we get the altars. As I farm this map, I'm also going to go over the Atlas tree and explain things as we go. There's really 4 main things going on with the strategy, okay? We're getting every single heist blueprint. As you can see, when we open smaller caches, we're getting a lot of markers and a lot of very high blueprint chance, because every time we open a cache, we have a higher chance of getting a blueprint in the next cache, and we get more rogue markers. And we're getting a lot of extra caches because we're running heist on the map device. This gives us 3 additional smelter caches every single time. We also have a very small chance of getting a ton in a map, which I've actually feel like I've had happen a lot. And that's really great because 1 blueprint is 10C, and a fully revealed blueprint, which you can get from casing the joint at a 10% chance, is like 55 to 70C. It's just really, really good. The other thing is Huck comes along with you. You have increased smuggler chance with this, increased smuggler chance here. That doesn't really do anything other than the obvious. A Huck can give you a buff, and when you're doing the like wave defenses, he actually is pretty helpful. And you can actually kit him out to where he makes you noticeably stronger, I think, but I didn't really look into that. I didn't really care. Now, the other main thing we're doing here, that a lot of strats that I stole these ideas from, is this is basically a combo of all the meta strats I've seen combined together, okay? Because there's this thing called Crimson Infusion in this league, where 2 additional corrupted growths. I don't even know if this is this league. I've never used it before, but I think it's this league. 2 additional corrupted growths. And this makes it so that those Crimson ore nodes spawn so much magic mobs. Like, look at the amount of magic mobs. It's actually insane, okay? And the reason I don't go Verisium is because you only want to go Verisium ore if you're going with the Nico strategy, where you get this node here, the Refiner's Bargain, which turns your sulfite nodes into ore nodes as well. Because actually channeling the Verisium is legitimately not worth it. It takes forever, and then when you fully channel it, they don't even take you out to dinner first before they fuck you in the ass, okay? I hate those unique bosses. They suck, all right? So that's why I don't do that. I just want as many Crimson ore nodes as possible. They give me an insane amount of magic monsters. I love them, okay? And that's also why I don't go Refiner's Bargain, because I'm not using Nico, and I don't get any increased ore chance or anything like that, because I don't even get the rare varieties thing, because I want Crimson ores, right? That's all I want. And I want as many ore chances to spawn as possible. So I grabbed all of those all over here. And then the next big thing I did was we went maps. Now, the reason I went maps is because of the fact that we were running 8 mods and the fact that it's just basically, why wouldn't you, right? It's if we have 2 free Scarab slots. And as far as I'm concerned, this is probably the best use of 2 free Scarab slots. Now, the thing is you can get rid of one of these Calgarian Scarabs. You could also just go Monstrous Lineage, and that's good too. The other thing about the maps is I go singular focus. The reason I go singular focus is because the difference between a Dunes map and a non-Dunes map is just too damn high for any version. The Originator map is like 5 to 10 times more expensive than another average map. Same thing with just a regular 8 mod. We do drop fortresses, and getting an 8 mod fortress, because we are running the corruption, is kind of lame sometimes because it can be worth considerably less than just a normal fortress. But sometimes you really hit it huge and get like a freaking 2 or 3 divine fortress. So you have your wins and losses. I just grabbed the most valuable map drop nodes I can, because since we're going heist, since we're going Calgar, since we're going altars, we don't have a lot of nodes to play with. Now we could get rid of these 4 nodes here and go quant and then more more map drop chance, which is actually probably the correct thing to do. But again, I don't know if this is really good or not. I don't know. The contracts all seem to sell for the same price to me. From what I can tell, everyone does this. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know, but everyone does it, so I did it, okay? Yeah, so I just grabbed all the heist nodes, all the super valuable map nodes, and we use the insane amount of magic monsters from the Calgar spawn with the Guarded Riches thing, and that usually drops a lot of maps, drops a lot of gold. I think I got over 800,000 gold from the 20 maps we did. Spoiler alert. But at the end, I only had 768,000 because I actually didn't. I actually deposited my gold after this run. Yeah, then we also go Domination Shrines for the same exact reason as we go Calgar. With this node here, we actually have a higher chance to spawn or we have a guaranteed chance to spawn more magic monsters in the map. And magic monsters just drop more maps, drop more gold. And gold is pretty valuable this league, especially if you're going dust and shipping stuff. It's just really nice. Yeah, like the only thing I would say is like you could definitely swap some of this out. You could definitely go from blue altars to red altars. And other than that, there's probably some minor ways to improve it, but that's really the only thing you could realistically change. And it seems to work pretty damn well, as you're about to see as we go in to the loot breakdown. All right, almost everything is sold from our shop. I pulled everything out and price checked what needs to be price checked. Mostly the maps, the blueprints, the womb gifts. And it's all added up and sold for what I price checked it for, surprisingly. I actually price checked that shit on point. Even the maps, I'm a god gamer. It's added up to 126 plus 208. Added up to 1,753 chaos. Most of that coming from the dunes and the originators. You almost get as much from the filled blueprints as you do get the regular blueprints. It's pretty crazy. Also, I sold the deceptions for 9C each. You might get less, you might get more. I priced the dunes at 4.5C each, and I've been selling them at 5C each. I sold almost all of them. There's like 20 left. So even if I sell these for 4C, it still counts for more than that, actually. But we'll just be conservative with that. Our Wealthy Exile with all our Wealthy Exile items. Now, there's a small thing here where there's a lot of Chaos Orbs in here because I didn't realize that I was actually using the heist thing to pay for it out of the farm sack thing, okay? Yeah, and also, I'm not counting any of these contracts. Even though Wealthy Exile says these are 1C, they're not 1C, they're garbage. And I'm not counting any of these. It got a little confusing. Also, I did not drop this. I just had this in my stash somewhere. I didn't drop that. The average scare price was 3.85. I rounded it up to 4. 4 times 20 is 80. The map cost 5. Each map cost 5C for me. That was times 20, it's 100. And then the heist thing costs 100, that's 280. So we subtract 280 out of this. It means 1,473C. Then we add our Wealthy Exile, which is 7.5 divs, not counting any of the contracts, making sure everything was reasonably checked. I checked through most of this. We got kind of lucky with the 7 years bad luck. Those 7 years bad luck really isn't that uncommon of a drop. I've dropped like 3 of them, so I wouldn't even say that's weird. Now, if I got like an apothecary or something, then we're talking about some luck. Again, there's some extra chaos in here, but we're also counting it against it with the thing. I don't know. There's like 50C give or take. Wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not going to redo the whole thing. We're going to check the price of divines here. It looks like it's 150. We'll take our 280. 7.5 times 150 gives us 1,125. Then we add that to here, 1,125. We have 2,598 minus RDR costs are already taken out of this. Then we divide that by 150 because that's what we just figured out here. That's 7.32 divines. Divide that by 20. That is almost a divine a map, running a classic map. Now, the big question is how fast can you do this, right? For me, I took really long time in the first map because I was sitting there talking through them and I never even used the goddamn footage. How hard is it to do a tier 16 map? Probably 3 to 4 minutes. Probably. It looks so. If we do, let's just say it takes 4 minutes for a regular tier 68 mod. It takes you 4 minutes. So 60 divided by 4. That's 15 maps an hour. 15 divided by 20 is 0.75. Profit per hour, which was 7.32 divines. We times that by 0.75, assuming 4 minutes per map, and you get, no, god damn it. With it times 0.75, not 75, we get 12.99 divines per hour. Doing literally the easiest content in the game, and that's if you're bad, okay? Obviously, if you have a good build, you could actually probably take this up to the 20 divines per hour. Very easily. If you could do 20 maps in an hour, probably 20 div for you, okay? It's just an insane strat. It's actually that juicy. It lived up to what I thought it was. As I was playing, I was like, man, this seems pretty fucking good. And it turns out it is good, dude. All right, that's the video. If you ever need help in-game, don't be afraid to whisper TOS-friendly name. Very helpful guy, gives great advice. And if you want some extra gamer tips about how to get some extra dust for your settlers and your shipments, check out this video.